how to use the FOX-3 missiles in a very quick guide. So hello guys, we are in the dev server again, and I will try to do a quick guide, and I will do a full guide later, okay, when the patch is actually released, on how to use the actual FOX-3 missiles, okay. A lot of people are having some troubles dealing with them, so yeah, of course, before you try to do anything, of course, if you are jumping from a prop, from an older aircraft, and let me kill this AA system because, oh my god, it's annoying, the sound. Just make sure to have the basis on how to properly use radars and stuff before you get into the FOX-3s, okay? Because I'm trying to not be too long in this video, and the objective is just to let you know, if you already know how to fire like a radar missile, how to just use them very easily, okay? So the buttons that you use will be the same, okay? The secondary launch or the missile launch key, you know, it's going to be the same, okay? The thing that you have to understand about FOX-3s is that it is basically the same as a Sparrow, okay? Or a semi-active. The main difference is that, of course, it has an improved performance. Of course, the missiles were developed more, but the main thing is that it doesn't have only a receiver, it has an emitter on the radar nose, on the missile's nose, okay? So instead of just using the radar of the mothership sending radiation, it's literally radio waves, you know, radiation, bouncing back, you know, emitting from the aircraft, bouncing back to the target, on the target, and going to the receiver of the missile. Now, at a certain point, the missile will turn itself on and it will emit its own radio waves. That's the main difference, okay? So that's what you need to understand. Of course, as I said, they turn a lot more. The technology aerodynamically and stuff like that were improved, but this is the basis, okay? So how do you use it? Well, there are two main ways. You can use a lock or a TWS to guide the missile until it has the range to actually turn itself on. This would be the first one. So that's what we are going to do here. You can do two things. The first one would be to just use TWS, as I said. You know, you're going to choose your target, just like I'm saying here, or you can even lock it. It doesn't matter. The point is that the missile doesn't have a range over here on the target, okay? It just doesn't have it. But what's the point here? Well, the mothership will actually have more range on the emitter than the nose of the radar or the missile, right? The radar on the missile itself. So you're basically going to use your mothership radar to tell the missile where to go and then turn itself on when it's actually getting there, okay? So normally all the missiles, they do have like 16 kilometers of range on the seeker. So above that, you are using the radar of your aircraft, okay? So it doesn't matter if it's TWS or hard lock, it will use the information from your mothership aircraft. So if I fire a missile right now, as you see, it doesn't have much of a signal there. If I fire the missile, it will use the information that my radar is providing, and as you see on the radar screen right there on the right side, it is actually guiding itself by the information on the missile, on the radar, mothership radar. If I turn it off, the radar right now, because the missile is already in range, it will automatically change to the active mode and it will do the final guidance alone, okay? So a recap, for long ranges, you use your own radar to actually guide the missile until you actually have the range for the seeker. Every missile has a range on the seeker, even the semi-active ones. But some of them use these types of tactics to actually, you know, surpass those ranges. Like, for example, from the R-24 onwards with the R-27 as well, and even the R-77, the Russians used a lot of the INS, inertial navigation system, together with a data link from the mothership to let the missile knows where the target kinda is until the range on the seeker is reached. Once that happens, it will turn to the semi-active mode, or in the case of the R-77, it will turn itself on with its emitter on the radar, okay? This happens in the Phoenixes, in the M120s, in every aircraft and missile that has data link together with an INS, okay? So longer ranges, you need to maintain the lock onto the target. If it's a TWS lock, or a hard lock, it doesn't matter. You need to keep on to them. You will aim onto the target and fire the missile and keep the lock there. This will ensure that the missile has the position of the target until it turns itself on. Remember, with INS, they kinda know where the target is. The missile kinda will try to maintain the position where it last had a position of the target. But remember, if the target moves a little bit, it will lose that, okay? So when you are up close, it will automatically go to an active mode. So here we have at 7 kilometers. If I fire right now, it will already go active. So if I fire and I just turn my radar off, you can see that the missile is using INS and other methods, but it is just active. It's playing active and it's going for the target and it will kill the target, okay? So if you are normally less than 16 kilometers from the target, you can just do that. You know, lock a target, hard lock it, doesn't matter. Shoot the missile and then just unlock it. But if you are from further away, if you want to be effective, you have to maintain the soft lock or the hard lock until the missile goes active. It's the only way to be effective with these missiles, okay? So this is the basics. You know, as I said, I will do a full kind of video when the patch is released. Just have those two types of engagements in mind. If it's above 16 kilometers, maintain the soft lock or the hard lock until the missile gets to the 16 kilometer mark. If not, if it's already under that, you can just release the lock and the missile will do the rest, okay? Of course, you can always help the missile here and there if you can. Maintaining a hard lock is not always a bad thing, okay guys? So I'm gonna land here and wrap the video up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys, see ya.